to another Moto-R moto vlog. Beautiful day today, a little bit chilly, but not that bad. We're gonna flip the script from the last Aprilia video and be a little bit more positive today. Today, oh man, just look at that bike. Just look at it glisten in the sun. Now that is a motorcycle that you want to turn around and look at. Every part of this motorcycle shines, and that is what we are going to be talking about today. The things that I love about the RS660. Alright guys, so obviously the things that I'm going to talk about are going to be placed into categories. First category is the obvious, and that is the look of the motorcycle. This by far, in my opinion, is the best looking 600 in the market right now. Man, look at it. Tell me, what beats it? What beats it? The answer to that, guys, is nothing beats the look of this RS660. Nothing. I have never got as much compliments as I have had than with this motorcycle. The look of it had so many people dying to buy it. Yeah, I mean, everything flows, man. Everything. It looks good on the right side of the bike. It looks good on the left. This gloves suck because the Velcro doesn't work, but yeah, the look of this motorcycle, even the dash, when you sit on it, you feel like you are riding on an amazing motorcycle, man. Like, I don't know, I mean, look at that. The dash looks beautiful. You can see it in daytime or night. It changes colors. It blacks out in the nighttime. The back screen gets dark and it makes it easier to see. It's just, guys, it's just amazing. Let's start this bike up and go for a ride. So I have owned a R6 in the past before, and that got a lot of attention. But dude, nothing like this 660. I am telling you, like, when I'm riding, people's eyes just lock onto this thing. It's beautiful. Obviously, there is more to a motorcycle than just how it looks, and we are going to go into it. The second category on the things that I love about this Aprilia RS660 is going to be comfortability. As I had explained, I spoke a little bit about whether this bike is a good commuting bike or not. And I want to say, if I remember it right, I think I rated it a 7 or a 7.5 or an 8, somewhere around there, in the scale of being comfortable, or in the scale of being a good commuter bike. When you think about a commuter bike, you definitely think about comfortability. And when you think about a super sport, you don't necessarily automatically presume that the bike is going to be comfortable. But I would tell you, when it comes to the Aprilia RS660, this bike is made for comfort. Now, it ain't as comfortable as my Z900, I'll tell you that, just because of ergonomics and body position, but it is way more comfortable by a long shot than my Yamaha R6 or my previous Yamaha R6. One of the aspects that makes this bike super comfortable is that the bars are a little bit higher, the seat is a little bit lower compared to a super sport, and the seat is actually made for comfort. It's a comfort seat, y'all. Like, you have, I don't know why I've seen people change the seat, because this seat does not need changing at all. Even the passenger seat is as comfortable as the driver's seat. It is super plush, I guess you would call it that, compared to a lot of stock seats. I don't think you really need to do anything with the seat for the RS660 unless you just want to throw on a cover for it. The windscreen, you know, maybe could be changed and you would feel a lot less wind in your chest. I will say that the windscreen, you know, definitely can be switched up. I think if you get the Racer or the Puig windscreen, it limit the amount of wind that actually hits you in the chest. But other than that, man, the motorcycle is amazing when it comes to comfortability. The third thing that I love about this bike is going to be under the basis of power. The bike isn't so high up in the horsepower category that you feel like you never be able to use all 160 or 200 horsepower, contrary to what a lot of people believe on the daily ride in commuting and riding in the street, you're not really going to get the, you know, you're not really gonna feel the impact of all that horsepower. The power range on this motorcycle is amazing because you can have fun on the streets in second or third gear, and you can rip on the highways a fifth or sixth just fine. So you don't have that, you know, where the R6 only wants to go fast, and you don't have it where like the Z900, because it's an amazing bike on the street, it doesn't have that same dynamics as a sport bike where you feel like you can just rip it, you know, at max speed. It also doesn't, the power also is not lacking. You got a claimed 100 horsepower. I'm guessing it's more between 95 and 99 horsepower in this motorcycle, and you notice the difference. If you've ever ridden another parallel twin, you will definitely notice the difference when it comes to riding the RS660 and the difference of riding a, let's say, a Ninja 650 or a CBR 650. I had a Ninja 650 at one point, a 2017, which I think pushed about 65 to 70 horsepower. Although it was a fun commuter bike, it wasn't everything. It felt like the power was still lacking. The fourth category is going to be the electronics package. For a bike around 11 grand, under 12, it is crazy thinking what this bike can do when it comes to the electronic package. You have multiple levels of traction control, you have cruise control, you have a way to turn off and turn on ABS, you have 3 riding modes, you can turn on and off traction control. There's just, oh man, there's just so much you can do with this motorcycle. You have 3 different tuning levels. You can adjust your engine braking, 3 different levels of engine braking. It is I don't know, man, the electronics package in this bike is kind of overboard, but you actually have it, and that is one of the things that I love about this bike. With full LED lights on the motorcycle, it actually has a tilt feature where if you are leaning the bike to the left or to the right, it has a cornering headlight that turns on, or a cornering light that actually turns on for you. How ridiculous is that, guys? The bike also comes with a up and down quick shifter standard. Now, I've never had a quick shifter in any motorcycle, not even my track bike, but this bike has it stock without having to special order, without having to upgrade. The RS660 comes with a up and down quick shifter that makes life super easy. Now when I go on my Z900, I feel like I'm missing something. Now the fifth amazing, excellent part of this motorcycle is going to be based on the rideability and the usability of this machine. When I think about rideability, when I think about usability, I often go to, can I bring this bike anywhere and everywhere? And the answer to that question is yes. With all the other categories and all the other factors that play a role into making this bike what it is, I have seen this bike operate on the track, not necessarily operated by me. I have seen this bike ride in the canyons and the mountains, not necessarily by me again, but the fact that I know it can handle those type of rides is amazing, and it leads me to believe that I can take this bike anywhere and take it on the adventures that I have been on with the Z900. I have been commuting with this motorcycle on and off for the last year, and I also have been riding country roads and twisty roads on and off for the last year, and the bike, just the feeling of it, being on it, make me smile from ear to ear. It's kind of hard to explain, but think of it like in this way, right? There is a big difference from driving a Toyota Camry and driving a Lexus. You just feel like the bike was built right. Like there is a specific feeling that the bike wants you to feel. There is a specific I got all these sawdust on the ground from the snow. Can be dangerous. Well, not sawdust, but I guess gravel and salt. So driving a Toyota Camry versus a Lexus, this is how it feels from driving or riding a 600, like a Kawasaki 636, and riding this. It's just a different feeling. It's like, how do they know, right? How do they know that it was just gonna be a nice ride? Like I don't know, man. I don't know how they come up with this method of making a bike just feel different. I would say it's the same way, right? Like how does a Lexus feel better than a Toyota Camry? Obviously price is a big difference, but how How do they make it so much better? All right, you know I gotta go back to category number 1 and take a look at this motorcycle one more time before we end this vlog. Every time I look at it, every time I look at the RS660, I just can't believe that I own this bike. It is yeah, I mean, it is just, it's amazing, man. So going back at the 5 things that I love about the Aprilia RS660, obviously how it looked. Number 2 was the comfortability. It's amazing. I feel like I'm just gonna say the category and then say it's amazing, and I should just name all 5 and say everything's amazing, and that's it. So you have the looks, the comfortability, the power, technology package, and of course the rideability and usability of the Aprilia RS660. Everything top grade, everything made with some form of artistry, right? It's like every single thing made about this motorcycle is like a piece of art. I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog right here and go for a ride before the sun goes down. But thank you everyone for spending a little bit of time riding with me. You could have been doing anything in this entire world, and you chose to spend a little bit of that time on a motorcycle with your boy Moto-R. I'll see you guys in the next one, y'all. Comment, like, and subscribe. Peace.